Now, I already know what you're thinking on this glorious, beautiful Sunday, well, Monday when this probably gets released, that Mr. Sinister, you are releasing a video after he has risen. Isn't that sacrilegious to you? And I'd say, yes. But here we are. Dragon Ball Z was a show that I grew up on in the 1990s that I can say, without a doubt, is just exceptional. There is nothing that can ever beat this cinematic, glorious masterpiece of animation that was created back then that developed into a future of generational love for these characters. You don't need some John Goober like me to tell you that you need to understand these characters first to truly appreciate them. Goku, also known as Kakarot by his brother Raditz, came to Earth when he sensed his power and wanted to bring it home to take over the planet. Goku, working with Piccolo, a sinister being from the planet Namek, that was always estranged to Goku, needed to help him to fight and take down his giant dickhead brother, Raditz. But unfortunately, Raditz was something very sinister, much like myself, growing up in these dark, strange times. His son, Gohan, not knowing how important a pivotal role Gohan was going to be in the future, but hey, if you know Gohan's story, you know that, oh shit, this kid's gonna fuck up the entire galaxy in the best way possible. You knew you were in for a goddamn treat. And the treat is only going to be getting sweeter, my dear sinners. We are now going into the meat and potatoes of the character developments of the best fucking animated show ever. Prince fucking Vegeta. The character that struck the lives of billions of people around the planet when this show debuted. He is nasty, brutal, gave no fucks about no one. Didn't care about characters like Yamcha, who played a very small role, but even as a sidekick. Krillin. And this big fat lard ass that no one really ever gave a shit about. All he did is eat and cut Vegeta's tail off, but who cares? Piccolo decided to take it upon himself to train Gohan, and even with his friends Tien and Chaozu. Vegeta gave no fucks about Nappa, a Saiyan he wanted to try and rule the world with and take him over. Saiyans consider their own race to be superior than others, and to treat everyone like their own brother, the last of dying breeds. Vegeta gave no fucks about Nappa, even up until the point he even decided to kill him, because he was weak. Vegeta was a character that was built on pride and pride alone. The pride of the fight, always using Goku as a massive rivalry, was the only thing that kept the fuel in his fucking body going. It is one thing that bound him, drove him, made him to what he was. A character that did not care about anything except fighting, violence, and becoming the best for the Saiyan race. A character built on pure adrenaline and nothing more until he made the ultimate sacrifice. Now, but the rivalry between Goku and Vegeta was a lineage of these masterpieces that we all knew and wanted. But the time came when Vegeta was at his worst, his weakest. He settled down. He had a family. He had a son, a wife, giving everything he loved to make the ultimate sacrifice for the people that he loved. This is arc. This is development. This is what creatures are only wish that they could be. Ones like Vegeta. No, I know you're sitting there thinking, oh, Mr. Sinister, you big softy, you. How could you even think about going into this deep of love for these movies, this animation, this Dragon Ball Z? I love them even more. Dragon Ball Z is the epitome of animation. And if you disagree with me, I'll toss up your dick beaters and we'll dance and we'll fight this shit out Super Saiyan style. But I know I can say for myself and millions of people around the world, Dragon Ball Z shaped and aided a foundation of my generation and millions of people around the world when this show first came out. It was beautiful. It was dark. It was passionate. You understood the depths of all these characters. Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, all the way from the beginning of fighting Raditz, Cell Saga, Frieza, all the way to Namek, showing us the love and tribute and evolution of these characters, the way they evolved, grew, and developed into people that we will ultimately learn and fall in love with as a beautiful cinematic fucking masterpiece. No animated series, in my opinion, has lasted as long as Dragon Ball Z has, even with the brief adaptations of Dragon Ball Z Kai, Dragon Ball Z Gods, and even with the movies that they did. We'll talk about the live-action movie. That we just don't have to worry about. That never happened. We saw and understood what these characters were going hard and become a fucking Super Saiyan. For me personally, like I said earlier, my dear sinners, the Cell Saga was ultimately the best next to the androids, which even though they were a part of it, him fighting Cell in his perfect form with Gohan killing him was a beautiful scene that we will always remember. Goku making the ultimate sacrifice at the end to save his son when Gohan himself couldn't even kill him was truly phenomenal. Vegeta, a character that was introduced, a savage, brutal, nasty son of a bitch who only cared about his pride and becoming the prince of all Saiyans and living up to his lineage. We evolved with him, saw them fall in love with Bulma. Androids, what more could you ask for in this fucking masterpiece of animation? Rivalry with brothers, ones that make the ultimate sacrifice, characters that you felt pain when they were hurting. You don't have these kinds of connections anymore when we look at what's on TV nowadays. The way that Vegeta made his sacrifice for his family, even though Majin Buu was in his mind, he still could not overwhelm his pride. Vegeta making the ultimate sacrifice for even Goku, his son, to take down Majin Buu. These are what animated masterpieces are truly made of. You felt the pain, you felt the hardship, and it only got fucking phenomenal. Akira Toriyama, one man with a vision of art. Mr. Toriyama unfortunately passed away March 11th, 2024, unexpectedly, at least to all of us. And all that we can do is what we were meant to do with these great pieces of masterpiece. We think about the artist, we think about who created them, we respect the work that this man did. He took time out of his own life away from his family. Toriyama grew up dirt poor to the point where he couldn't even afford a TV growing up. Knew what it took to show hardships, strengths, perseverance, to overcome adversities by creating characters that we could all truly understand, sympathize, empathize, and fall in love with. We knew Mr. Toriyama's work was truly going to be masterful, and for that, the Sinister thanks you.
We out.